Cheers. Hey, where do you think you're going?
Useless. Jesus. Can we help you?
Where is my weapon?
Flanders has it. Yeah, Flanders has it.
Seek and locate Flanders.
I told you, Flanders has it.
Well, just give him the gun.
Oh, fine.
Deception results in one thing. Miniaturization.
Normal size again. Oh, thank God for that. Hang on, what happened to Lewis? Never mind. Oh, what's this? It must be the new Character Options Silurian set. We know what to do, guys. We're going to do an unboxing / review. These boxes are strange. How do I get into it? So, I'm very, very excited for this set. This video was not planned because, well, we went away. This was waiting for me when I came back, which is nuts. Ooh, look at that. It's very tightly packed in the box. They don't put any bubble wrap around it or anything. If it gets damaged by the rain, well, your box is going to get damaged, so sorry about that, inbox collectors. So let's take it out. That hit an area it shouldn't have done. I am going to just take this in for a minute because it's a very, very nice looking set. Sorry, I'm just positioning myself. Gee, wow. Literally looking at these, I'm going to say these are the best figures characters that have made since the time of the Doctor Matt Smith figure. These are genuinely extraordinary. Let's have a look. So, in front of the box you've got the Doctor Who logo in the top left hand corner, the TARDIS, the new series TARDIS, Character Online exclusive, Warriors of the Deep figure set 1984, 5-inch collector series, 5+ and the Character Options logo. On the top we've got Doctor Who logo again, Character Online, we've got the TARDIS, we've got includes Icthar, Tarpok and Skibus, or Skybus. I have only seen this episode once. They've got rid of the yellow trim around the Gallifreyan text here, I've noticed. On the left hand side, oh, now this is cool. I like the fact that they've got the pictures of the products on the side, and on the other side the TARDIS again. It's actually really nicely done packaging. And the back, it's got a bio. If you want to read it, then pause the video. Silurian ship model created and photographed by Jim Sangster. Ah, is that for the inside packaging? I don't tend to look at the inside cards on these reviews, but maybe I will. Oh, I just don't want to open it because it looks so nice and locked. But I need some classic Silurians to put next to my John Pertwee, so... Oh, they've really armoured this thing with tape, so it's 4 bits of tape, guys. Put the figures aside. Yeah, look at this backdrop, guys, it's kind of cool. Alright, so that's space in the background, and that's like a screen. That's kind of cool, I like that. The floor's green, left hand side has some stone texture and a corridor. Doesn't really serve much of a purpose for me because I throw these in the bin. Then we've got the 3 Silurians themselves stuck. Oh, they've tied a knot around the arm, so that makes it really difficult for me to take it out. Very, very careful. See, this is a good thing about doing unboxings because you can see some problems that you have with the packaging. Okay, let's put that down there. Other one there. Then we've got the other one. These are genuinely pretty fantastic. Under first impressions, I am very impressed. Character Options. They look like brand new figures. Obviously they've reused the same legs, but we'll get on to the comparison when I do the review. So what I'm going to do now is I think I'm going to switch over the format so you guys can see up close. You don't have to look at this guy anymore. You can just look at these things and let them speak for themselves. So yeah.
Report! Only 43% of our viewers are subscribed to the Mono Supreme YouTube channel. This is unacceptable. YouTube content is operating at maximum efficiency. Without the likes and comments, the Dalek race shall cease to exist. All humans must be forced to be part of the Mono Supreme Empire. It will be done. they will subscribe or be exterminated!
Okay, so now that these guys are out of the packaging, let's just take a closer look at them. Now, having played with them for a day or so, there are a couple of issues, but I'm trying not to be a party pooper because in terms of visuals, they're very impressive, but there are a couple of functionality issues which I will get onto in just a minute. Let's look at the best thing about this figure, the head sculpt. This is genuinely pretty damn fantastic. Comparing it to the actual thing, there is no difference really at all. It's such a good representation of what we're seeing on screen. I really do commend the work of the Affable Design Company Limited. They've done a stellar job here, it's really good. And to complement the sculpt, we've actually got some quite decent paint apps for a mass-produced toy. It's casted in a light brown plastic, and I think a couple of washes have been added to this to bring out the scaly details, and some dry brushing is present on top of the bumps just to bring out the hexagon shapes. Yeah, those eyes have also been done with like a glittery silver paint, which looks really cool, and the pupils are actually done in a very sharp and tidy manner. Turning to the side, you can see its scaly mohawk, which looks really damn cool, and more of the washes to accentuate the details. And round the back, the scaling continues on the neck and on the back of the ears. So moving on to the torso piece, it's casted in a light beige kind of plastic with kind of like a lighter dry brushing on top, which actually works really damn well. I think maybe an additional dark brown wash could have been added to get into the grooves of the details, but it's something that I can do with brown shoe polish, so I'm not too worried about that. So looking around the back, the fins have been casted very sharply and very nicely. They are casted in a separate piece from the rest of the torso. Quite why this was done, I'm guessing it's probably a demolding issue because, well, when you take jagged things out of a mold, it's quite difficult, so they probably had to do that. So looking at the torso from the side, it looks kind of bulky, but I think that's exactly what it was like in the show, so it's almost like a tortoise's shell. Okie dokie, so let's look at the interesting piece of this figure. The top of the arm, aka the shoulder piece, or the bicep, has been reused from the Sea Devil figure. Now, does this blend well with what you see at the bottom half of the hand, which is an entirely new piece? I'd say because the paint is so strong that it blends decently well. I do kind of wish that they have made new pieces for the arms to add the additional scaling details because, well, it's kind of signature to that costume, and the fleshy, fishy, veiny look is very signature to the Sea Devils. So it's one of those things, it's kind of a blessing and a curse, because in order to get these figures, they had to reuse parts because it's more cost effective, but at the same time, part of me really wishes that the scaling detail was on the arms because it just looks so nice as the scaling detail. Turn to the other side, you can see the wrist communicator watch. That's actually been sculpted very, very well and painted very tightly, and some dry brushing of some light grey on top, which really makes it look old and used. Turn to the other side, you can see more of the scaling detail, and you can see the openness of the watch, or whatever you want to say, the gap or something, I don't know. And then on the hand, you've got like little sucker pieces at the end of the fingers, some really nice attention to detail here. They could very easily have reused hands from something else. And the backs of the hands, you can see more dry brushing on the knuckles, which really looks cool, and obviously the costumes had a lot of wear and tear, and it kind of does simulate that as well. So yeah, looking at the legs, they work. I will say they do blend fairly well because of how tight the paints are and all that kind of stuff, but I think it's probably because I know that it's reused from a Sea Devil that it really still looks like a Sea Devil's legs. In the program, the legs had the scaling detail as well, so it is unfortunate that we are missing the leg detail, but I don't know. I'm willing to make sacrifices in order to get some new figures, but at the end of the day, it's not really my decision to make. It's none of our decision to make. It's it's what's most cost effective and gets us more figures. But yeah, the wash really works well and brings out all the creases and the wrinkles of the costume. And you can see more of that bulgy veininess on its leg. Were Sea Devils swole or something? And the feet have scaling details. I think maybe it was like a lack of communication between the two, because it's a bit odd to transition from fleshy, fishy legs to scaly feet. It does look a bit bizarre. Around the back, you can see more of that, but like I said, with the paint and everything, it makes it blend that much nicer. If the paint had been terrible on this figure, then I'm absolutely certain that it wouldn't have worked, but since the paint is so strong, well, I can't really complain too much. Okay, I do want to apologise for the change in audio quality, but this is the issue which I was going to tell you about with this action figure, and if you can't see straight away, I think it's pretty obvious, but I'll give you a minute or two. Yeah. Here, where you can see the chip off of the plastic. Now this happens because when you articulate this arm all the way upwards, it scrapes off the plastic on the shoulder, which you might not think is an issue, but I think over time this will cause a massive mark. You could say, oh well, why don't you just not move the arm? And it's like, well, that's not really the point, because we really should be getting something which allows you to use all of its features properly. And I think the big problem is the fact that this is made out of a hard plastic and the holes aren't big enough, just like a millimetre out.
So overall, what do I think of this 3-figure set? Well, I have a few conflicting thoughts. On the one hand, the head sculpt is absolutely beautiful, the torso sculpt is really good, and so are the new additional pieces, and the paint apps are absolutely great. I really would have liked to have seen some scaling details on the legs, because it really adds to the character of the Sea Devils, and it would have made everything a lot more uniform. But like I said, the paint apps do make up for the lack of this. It is unfortunate about the articulation, because it scratches off the plastic as you're moving it, which is not really a good thing. I don't think that they've tested everything with this figure. They should have made the armholes a lot bigger, just so you didn't have the scraping, because once it starts scraping, that's it, it's going to continue scraping, so it's very unfortunate. It is definitely a step up in terms of detailing and figure choices. It's brilliant that we actually have these. It's just amazing that we're able to take some awesome figure recreation shots with these Silurians. I had a lot of fun doing these shots, and they look really good on camera as well, so that's all I'm really bothered about. But yeah, overall the figures themselves, they're actually really nice. I'm not going to complain too much, because, well, it's just fantastic to finally have some classic Silurians, and I can't wait for them to do the 3rd Doctor ones. Fingers crossed that those are entirely new sculpts given the success of these, but we'll just have to wait and see. Now, I do kind of have to question the choice of figures in this set. Sure, a triad of Silurians looks better than just having 1 or 2, but part of me really wishes we had the 5th Doctor from this story in his really cool underwater thing or whatever it was. As a big fan of the 5th Doctor, I would like to have definitely have seen a new variant. We're getting Sea Devils in the next series of Doctor Who. Why wasn't this 2 Silurians and 2 Sea Devils? Or a Silurian, a Sea Devil and a 5th Doctor? It's an odd skip in terms of characters' logic here.
So, thank you very much for watching this video, guys. I really hope you liked it. If you did and you're new here, make sure you like this video, drop a comment, and subscribe as well, because we do this kind of thing regularly on the channel. We do merch hunt series where we go out and look for Doctor Who merchandise in high street retail shops and charity shops. We do comedy sketches, we do all sorts. So yeah, it was great to have you here, guys, and let me know what you thought of this set down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.